This video is about how to create a stock item in Khaos Control Cloud. We'll look in detail at some of the options you have when setting up your stock items. The first thing we need to do is use the blue button at the top of the screen to select New Stock Item. And we use the pop-up to confirm that that's what we want to do. This opens up the Properties screen for our new stock item. The first thing we need to consider is the stock code. We'll replace the numerical code allocated by the system with one of our own. The other ref field is an optional field that you can use to record any other reference number that's relevant to your business. We'll now enter the description for our stock item. This is a mandatory field. Next, we need to select the level 2 stock type that we want to assign the item to. These will have been set up in advance in system data. Again, this is a mandatory field. The subtype and manufacturer fields are optional. We're not using subtypes on our system, so we'll just enter a manufacturer. Again, these will have been set up in advance in system data. In the accounting part of the screen, we can set up our base tax rate and also our sales nominal and nominal class if we're mapping those to individual stock items. Depending on the stock value calculation method we're using, we can either enter a stock value now or have the system make the entry when we purchase our product for the first time. We're using average price paid, so we'll leave the system to update that figure. Any overheads associated with procuring this item can be entered here, and they'll be taken into account in margin calculations. In the pricing section, we can now enter our expected buy price from our supplier. And also our sell price. Note that our buy price is set to be net and our sell price is gross. The sale limit is a discount limit that will display a warning if a sales operative attempts to discount this product by more than the specified amount, in our case 10%. Once we have some products in stock, the stock value, sell value, profit and margin will display totals based on our stock holding. Entering the dimensions of the item is optional, but it can be useful when calculating shipping costs. We're just going to enter an average weight. In the picking availability section, we can add a location which will appear on any pick sheets that contain this product, so the picker knows where to go to get it. We can also make a general comment about the availability of this product. This comment will appear next to the product on our reordering report. Launch date and launch time are used to warn the user if they try and raise a sales order for this product before a specified date or time. We can now enter a safe level for the product. When our stock level falls below this, the product will appear on our reorder report. If the level falls below our minimum level, then the item will appear as urgently requiring reordering. Setting safe and minimum levels is optional. We can then set our default reorder quantity for new purchase orders, any minimum reorder quantity or reorder multiple imposed by our supplier, and finally our lead time in days with the supplier for this item. This is used to calculate the expected delivery date when we create a purchase order. As you can see, because this is a brand new item that we haven't purchased yet, all our stock levels show 0. We'll now move on to the Options tab. This is where various attributes of the stock item can be set. You'll notice that certain ones are turned on by default. Others, such as marking an item as discontinued, prohibiting discounts, or prohibiting the item from being sold altogether, can be turned on as and when required. The Barcodes tab is where we set up different barcodes for our stock item. We do this by clicking on the New button to add a new barcode, and then selecting the barcode type from the drop-down. These need to have been set up in advance in system data, and we can then enter the numerical value for the barcode in the barcode column. Once we've built up a history of sales and purchases for a stock item, this can be viewed in the Sales and Purchases tab. As you would expect with a brand new stock item, this is currently empty. The Suppliers tab is used to record the supplier or suppliers for the stock item. By using the New button, this will open up our supplier lookup screen, and we can select first of all the preferred supplier for this item. If our supplier has their own reference number for the stock item, it can be entered here. This will appear on any purchase orders we send to this supplier. We can now mark this supplier as our preferred supplier. This must be done even if there is only one supplier for the item, and then we can enter the lead time. If we have another supplier for the same product, we can add those two using the same process. For this supplier, we'll set up a longer lead time, but a cheaper price. Again, once this product has built up a sales and purchase order history, then the Movements tab will allow us to see an audit of all the stock movements in and out. The Relationships tab allows us to set up build and pack items, which we'll see in another video. The Telesales Internet tab allows us to enter long descriptions, web teasers or comments about the product. We'll enter a long description for our product now. This could be used, for example, to record information that a telesales operative can refer to. Finally, the Images tab can be used to upload an image of the product. We can navigate to where our image is stored and then upload the image. Images can, for example, be displayed on pick sheets. By now going to our stock item list screen and filtering by the stock type we selected earlier, we should be able to see our stock item. And there's the stock item we've just created. Thank you for watching.